What's going on, guys? So today I'm going to talk about the deadlift, more specifically the setup of the deadlift. It does not matter if it's sumo or conventional. There's some things that must be done for the deadlift setup if you want to pull efficiently and effectively. So stay tuned and I'll go over those tips soon. Okay, so one thing that I hear all the time, I see it on other YouTube videos when people are giving advice, I see it on Facebook when people ask for advice, I see it all over the place, and it's quite often really bad advice. Have you ever heard this? Get your butt down. Get your butt down. You want to be a better deadlifter? You gotta get your butt down. Get it down. This is not necessarily good advice. It can be, but oftentimes it's not. I would actually submit to you that getting my butt down ruined my deadlift. Listening to this advice in the past completely destroyed my deadlift. Now, to help you understand, you need to realize that there's three things that must be lined up from the side angle of any deadlift to pull in an efficient manner. You need to have your scapula, the bar, and the middle of your foot all lined up. This is a must. If you want to pull efficiently, these two things must be lined up. Now, why is that? Because the bar is not going to come off the floor until your scapulas are lined up with the bar to begin with. So if you are too far back or too far forward, you're going to see a rocking motion before the bar comes up, and obviously that's not a very efficient way to lift the weight. So to get into this position is going to be really different for everybody depending on your anatomy. To get into this position, some people are going to have their hips high, some are going to have hips low, some people are going to be more forward, some people are going to be more back. It's going to be different depending on your anatomy, but you got to play around with it until you find the right position to get these three things lined up. And you also should have your shins should be as perpendicular to the ground or as straight up and down as possible to be in an efficient position to pull the weight. So let's take a look at my deadlift and what happened when I started getting my butt down like everybody told me to do. I got my butt down, look at it. My scapulas are way behind the bar, my back is rounded like crazy, and I'm just in a terrible position to pull the weight. Yeah, my butt is down, but this is awful. Watch what happens when I actually go to lift the weight. When I go to lift it, my body rocks forward because, like I said, the bar is not going to come off the ground until your scapulas are lined up. So when I go to pull the weight, the bar makes sure that my scapulas are lined up, then I pull, then it comes up. So there's this massive rocking, big time rounding, just an ugly, ugly deadlift. So what I had to do to fix this for me and my body is I had to raise my hips, I had to bring them back, and I had to get into a better starting position so that everything is lined up so that when I go to pull the weight, it comes up in one swift motion. The bar path of a deadlift should be straight up and down. There should be no movement. It needs to be as tight as possible with little movement back and forth. Alright guys, I hope this helps. This is not a total deadlift tutorial, obviously, but this is a big player for a lot of people deadlifts that can really improve their form, their technique, and help them lift more weights if they got these things down. There's obviously a lot more that goes into a deadlift than just the setup, but at the same time, the setup is a huge player for how the entire lift is going to go. So if you're in the right position to begin with, you're going to give yourself a much better chance to efficiently pull a movement through the whole range of motion. If you're out of position to begin with, you're going to have a bad lift. Okay, I hope that helps. I hope you got the takeaway from this. Stop telling people how to perform a deadlift based on some generic hip positioning. It's going to be different for everyone. Everyone's levers are different. This goes for squatting, deadlifting, benching. Everything is going to be different depending on your levers. There's no one mass, everyone should do it this way type of form. You got to get that out of your head, okay? It's different for everyone. So the next time someone tells you get your butt down on your deadlift, now you can tell them that's not an efficient way to do it. Here is why. If you guys have any questions, please leave it in the comments below. I will definitely get back to you. If you found this helpful, please leave it a like, subscribe for more detail, and I will see you guys in the next video.